Hi guys, welcome to today's... Oh, what's that? It's a paper bag with the smiley face on it. That's pretty concerning. And if I'm correct, I feel like I've seen this thing before. Oh, that's right. This is Emio from the newest game that we are conveniently going to be talking about today. And that is Emio, the Smiling Man from the Famicom Detective series. And also, a code for this game was provided to me by Nintendo. But as always, my opinions are my own. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Do I look pretty? I look pretty. Boo. Yo guys, funny enough, the first time I went to go draw this, I drew it upside down. So on this side is the one I drew first, and I drew it like this, but then I realized when you put it on your head, it's backwards. Mystery visual novels have always intrigued me. I love how they take you on this ride that doesn't have much of the traditional gameplay action, and it really gets you excited and wanting to know more about the story. Mystery visual novels are one of my favorite genres. I love the Ace Attorney games, AI Somnium Files, Danganronpa. All those games are fantastic, and the Famicom Detective Club games are no different. Now, what is the Famicom Detective Club series about? The series was originally released on the Famicom Disk System, which was only in Japan. It consists of 3 games, well technically 4 if you include Stellar View, which is a whole nother tangent on Nintendo's obscure history, and I don't want to tackle that right now. The first game in the series is called The Missing Heir and was released in 1988, and if my math serves me right, it was released 34 years ago. Now in the first game, the story revolves around a young detective investigating the mysterious death of a wealthy family head. Now the next game in the series, The Girl Who Stands Behind, which is a really questionable title, but okay, released in 1989. It is a prequel to The Missing Heir and follows the protagonist as they investigate the murder of a high school girl with ghostly rumors surrounding her death. Now, these 2 games are pretty old, and a lot of people, especially in the West, haven't really played them. But in 2021, Nintendo released all the games translated to the West. I mean, I guess better late than never. Now, these are remade versions of both games, making them accessible to the West and global audiences for the first time, with a fully English script, voice acting, although not dubbed, and modern gameplay mechanics that you see in other visual novels, like fast forwarding, skip, make the text go a little bit faster, all that good stuff. Now for Emio, I wish it was English dubbed. That would have been awesome and fantastic, but I understand if they couldn't really do the budget for that, so it sucks, but hey, I'm used to it. Now, Emio the Smiling Man is the official 3rd game in the series, marking the first time the series has gotten an official sequel since 1989. That's a long wait. Now, I got introduced to the series with the remakes in 2021, so I really didn't even have to wait that long, but for die-hard fans, wow. Now to understand a game, you must understand the maker. So for this section, we're going to be talking about the creator of the Famicom Detective Club games. The main director in these games is Yoshio Sakamoto. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And he is honestly the most patient man in the world. In my opinion, he is one of the most underrated directors of Nintendo. And although not known by many Nintendo fans, even me until I researched this, Sakamoto has worn many hats throughout his career at Nintendo. Now, you might know his name because he had his hand in a little project called Metroid. And he was one of the big guys who helped create Metroid, with his latest entry being Metroid Dread. Though, to clarify, he produced the 2D Metroid games, not the Metroid Prime games, because they were made by Retro Studios. When it comes to the Famicom Detective Club series, he is the scenario writer and creator of the series. During the development of the Switch remakes, Sakamoto wanted to continue the series by creating a new entry. He wanted to center the game around an urban legend rather than creating a ghost story. Now, to continue the series, he wanted to keep Magus Inc. as the devs of Emio. For those of you who don't know, Mags is a well-known visual novel development team for creating games like the Steins Gate series, along with many other games. More fun facts about Sakamoto: he also created a little-known game called Rhythm Haven. So it's cool when I researched this and found that he had his hands on a lot of Nintendo games. Alrighty, now on to the community. Now, the big question that many of you might be wondering is, do you have to play the previous 2 games to play Emio? I can confidently say you don't have to play the previous 2 games to enjoy Emio, though there is some Easter eggs for fans who love the original 2. Now, that doesn't mean the previous 2 games are wiped out or they're not set in the same world. They are referenced. The only real thing you might miss is some characters' backstories because they were part of the previous games, but other than that, you're good to go. Now, personally speaking, my favorite game was The Girl Who Stands Behind. I feel like that one was really cool. I like the school atmosphere and stuff. It was pretty intriguing. Now, for some context, all the stories revolve around you playing a young detective who's still new and green to investigating. I love in most visual novel mystery stories, we don't investigate things other than murders, and that's the point because they want you to feel like the stakes are high, so crimes like theft and things like that won't be as exciting. So a lot of these visual novel mystery games revolve around a murder. Now on to the gameplay. Now the gameplay for most of these visual novels is pretty simple. And that is basically investigation, talking to characters, and discovering the mystery. So while yeah, this game is a visual novel, it does have you interacting with things. They're like reading a book but extra immersive. So technically all you have to do is click one button, but outside of that you have to do a lot of other things. It's not just reading, turn it, and reading again. And I will say this, I will die on this hill, visual novels are games. For people who say they're not games, I don't know what to tell you. Now the Famicom Detective Club games are mostly purely visual novel. So example, Ace Attorney has the parts where you have to show things in court and poke holes in witness testimonies. That's not really the case here with the Famicom Detective Club games. You're usually just doing investigation detective work. The bulk of the gameplay is basically you find something, you zoom in, you pick it up and see if it's related to the case. If it is, then you have to figure out what way it's involved in the case and how it links up with the other clues, and talk to a lot of witnesses related to the case. So while it does not have all the button inputs and excitement like in the Ace Attorney at court, it's still a really good game, and it makes it up with really tight writing and a mystery that will have you on the edge of your seat. I would say it's closer to the AI Somnium Files than the Phoenix Wright games. You have an option of auto scroll, which basically has a controller just press A for you, so you don't really have to cramp your hand with heavy dialogue. And there's also other options as well. Now we're on to what is Emio? It is really weird looking through a magnifying glass with glasses. What's up with this bag, man? And if you guys remember, all the promotional material for this game was pretty cool. You had the paper bag, a victim just swinging, and it was very mysterious. But then it was discovered it's a Famicom Detective Club, and everyone was like, what is that? But I was pretty excited for it. I was like, yes, another mystery novel game, let's go. Well, from what I played so far in the demo, Emio is an urban legend where a serial killer said to grant his victims a smile across their face that will last forever. He will also offer his victims a paper bag. How nice! In exchange for something little like their life. I don't know, that doesn't really feel like a good deal in my end. It's like you have a choice here, which is bad, and you have a choice here, which is bad. And the person's like, which is it? What do you want? Now in the game, someone decided to use the urban legend as a way to kill girls who have been found crying alone, which happened 18 years before the game currently takes place. However, the case has been left unresolved. Now in the current time of the game, another student has been found dead with a smiley faced paper bag over his head, which of course resembles the murders that happened 18 years ago. Now this might be a copycat kind of thing going on. The only difference though is that his first victim is a boy, while in the past cases they only did it to girls. Now, can the urban legends be true? Who should you trust and who should you question? And I'm honestly really excited to see how the story pans out. So this was kind of different from what Nintendo usually puts out. Plus, this is their first rated M first party game. which is wild. I feel like there has to be another one, but no, the first one is Emio. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you found this video helpful for any of you guys starting the Famicom Detective Club games or are just going in to play Emio. Now, depending how the schedules go, by the time I release this video, the game is probably out. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments down below. Please leave a like on this video. If you want to see more content, then please subscribe. I would appreciate it. You can follow my socials in the description down below. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day, and as always, play a good game. Peace.